Hey everybody, welcome to Home with the Halsteads and welcome to my kitchen. Remember a few days ago in my video, I showed you how I prep flour and butter to make good homemade buttermilk biscuits, and I put it in this little plastic bag and put it in my freezer, and I told you all I had to do was go out and grab it and we could add some buttermilk and stir it up and make our biscuits. Well, that's what we're going to do today. And remember, I'm using 2.5 cups of white lily self-rising flour. I already have the butter in my flour, and I'll start out with a cup of buttermilk. I might not use it all, but we're just going to stir these right up and cut them out and pop them in the oven, and then we'll enjoy eating them together. So let's get busy and make these biscuits. Remember when I prepped our flour and our butter, I put it in this plastic bag, and I have 2.5 cups of white lily self-rising flour, 1/2 cup of grated butter. So now I'm just going to open it up and pour it into our bowl. See how easy that is? And now I have a cup of buttermilk, and I'm going to just start mixing this. It may not take the full cup, but let me tell you that because the flour and the butter is cold, it's going to appear to be stiffer than your biscuits would be if you were just making biscuits with room temperature flour and room temperature butter or shortening or whatever you might choose to use to make your biscuits. So this is going to appear stiffer, but it's because it is cold. I'm just going to rake this out, and now I'm going to work my dough. And like I said, it's going to appear stiffer, but it's not going to be dry. It's only because the dough is cold. It will soften up as it cooks, as it heats, as you work with it, it will get softer. So I'm just continuing to work it around. You can see it's coming together. And the butter, I can see the little lumps. You probably can't see the little lumps of butter, but it's coming together as we mix it. We want to get it all mixed together, and then we'll put it out on our little pad that I have here, and we'll cut our biscuits. These will be delicious. But you do want your butter and your flour. If you prep it, it'll be cold too. But if you don't prep it and you just use your flour, then it's going to mix a little better or a little quicker. But I just like to prep it and then I have it ready to go. Okay, see, there we go. Your dough is coming together. Now I'm going to take some extra flour that I have here and just spread it, sprinkle a little around on my pad, and I'm going to put my dough on this little pad, and I'll set that aside. I'm going to put some flour on my hands, and I'm going to sprinkle a little flour on top of the dough. I'll go ahead and write this off. And this is cold. As I'm touching it, it is really, really cold. So now I'm just going to punch this down, just like that. Kind of shape it, because we're going to cut our biscuits this morning. You remember, normally I just roll my biscuits. If I'm just making biscuits the ordinary way, the old-fashioned way that I do make biscuits, but because this is made with butter, then I'm going to cut the biscuits. So I'm going to flip this over just like that, and now we're ready to cut our biscuits. I have a little cutter here. It's 2 1/4 inches. You can use anything that you have that you want to cut your biscuits, but I'm going to use this. So now, and I'm going to make mine kind of thick, If you make them thinner, then you can have more biscuits. But I'm just going to do this, and I'm just using a small skillet this morning. So I'm cutting our biscuits and placing them in the skillet. Put some flour on my cutter and just cutting my biscuits and placing them in the skillet. You can see that. See, these are about an inch thick, I guess is probably. You could make them thinner if you wanted to. And then I'm going to bring my dough back together. I'm going to have a little bit left, but I'll stick it in the refrigerator. I'll wrap it in plastic wrap and just put it in the refrigerator, and I'll use it for something else. And there you have it. There we have 6 biscuits. Look at that. And like I said, you could have made it thinner, and then you could have had more biscuits out of this 2.5 cups of flour and 1 stick or 1/2 cup of butter. So now I'm going in the oven with these on 450 degrees. They'll cook because it's cold. It's going to take a little bit longer to bake the biscuits. So probably about 18 minutes. Possibly 20, but when they get done, I'll be back. Okay, y'all, let's check our biscuits. They have cooked almost 18 minutes and my timer's about to go off, but I have a surprise for you. Let's open the oven and see what the surprise is. Oh, I have 2 things in here. What's going on? Let me bring this out. Look at our biscuits. Oh my goodness, those look so delicious. Buttermilk biscuits made with butter. And look over here. While our biscuits started to cook, I used the extra dough that I had, and I made some cinnamon rolls. Look at that. Okay, y'all, we're ready to look at our finished product. Look at these cute little cinnamon rolls that I made. They're crunchy. They have cinnamon, sugar, and that good white lily self-rising flour and that good butter that I mixed together. So there's that. Now let's look at these biscuits. Oh my goodness, I don't know which one to get. I'll just get this one. Look at that. They're still hot. They're steaming. You can probably see it. Let's just open it up. Look at that. Oh my goodness. Look how flaky. Look. Oh my. I'm going to put it on this plate. And that's the one with the crust on it. I love that. Now my Carol, she would fight you for this middle biscuit. She loves the middle. Look at that. Oh my goodness. I'm going to open that up. Look at the layers. Ooh. Oh my goodness. How wonderful. Now I'm going to move this. This is hot. So I'm going to take my pot holder here and I'm just going to set that aside. And we're going to get these biscuits ready to eat. Now, it's already got butter, and it's delicious, but I like a little more butter. So I'm just going to spread me a little butter on here, just like that. And you know what else is coming. This with a good cup of coffee. My goodness, my goodness. Now, let me see what else I can put on there. I have some strawberry jam. I'm going to put that on there. Don't need much. I could just eat that buttered biscuit like it is. Just put a little jam on there. Can't you taste it now? Look at that. I can't wait to taste this. To eat this. It's going to be so good, and I'm fixing to get a cup of coffee and go sit down and eat it. So I'll see you back in a few minutes. Okay friends, that's another batch of homemade buttermilk biscuits made with butter. They're gonna be delicious, and I know because I've already tried them with some good strawberry jam. I hope you'll try this recipe. I hope you'll prep some flour and some butter like I did, put it in your freezer so you'll have it and you could just take it out and whip up some good biscuits. Thank you for joining me in my kitchen. Thank you for sharing our videos and supporting me the way that you do. I appreciate it very, very much. And I'll see you again really, really soon.